Good morning, folks. Welcome to our daily devotional this morning. I want today to think about words that the Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse number 9. The Apostle Paul has been giving a list of very practical exhortations to the church in Rome. And here in chapter 12 and in verse 9, he says the following. He says to the Christians, "Let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil. Hold fast to what is good." I want us to think this morning about those words, abhor what is evil. And in the will of God, tomorrow we'll think about the final words of that verse. Cling to that which is good. First of all, Paul says that as Christians we are to abhor that which is evil. Now the word that he uses here, that's translated abhor, is a very, very strong Greek word. It's in the present tense, which means that this is to be something that is continually characteristic of us. It's not something that we're to feel now and again in fits and starts, but rather it's something that is a set, ongoing attitude. And what is that attitude? It is to abhor. Now, as I say, it's a very strong word. It means to loathe, to be absolutely disgusted with, to shudder with horror, or to be repulsed. And what is it we are to be repulsed by? What is it we are to hate? We are to hate evil. Evil. The world in which we live would try to tell us that there's no such thing as evil, that it's all relative. However, the Bible makes clear that there are things that are evil, that are wrong. Yes, there are degrees of evil, of course there are. Some things are more evil than others, and yet all that is evil is all that is contrary to God. And because it is contrary to God, because it is sinful, because it is wicked, we are to abhor it. God hates evil. And we, like God, are also to hate evil. This is something that I think as Christians we need to really think about. We are surrounded by evil. There's evil in our own hearts, and that evil can raise its ugly head in many different scenarios and situations in life. The evil of speaking lies, the evil of speaking a harsh, critical, injurious word to someone else, the evil of perhaps a lustful desire, all sorts of evil. There's also evil that we see around us. We see it in society. All kinds of evil. We're bombarded by it, particularly on our television screens and in the media. You can hardly watch anything on television now that isn't full of all kinds of evil, whether it's sexual promiscuity, whether it's immorality, whether it's abuse, whether it's drugs. Evil is the major subject of so many television programs today. We see it, as I say, around us in society. Again, taking some of the moral issues of today. Evil, evil, evil. What is our attitude to this to be? We are to be repulsed by it. We are to hate it. And yet, many Christians have no problem switching on their television and watching soaps or watching movies or watching entertainment programs where evil is portrayed as normal, as acceptable, or even as comical. Brethren, we should be shuddering at this. We should be repulsed by it. How many of us get up and use the off button on our remote to turn off the television or to stop the movie because what we are seeing with our eyes is evil? The fact of the matter is that what we see with our eyes goes into our minds, What we take into our minds affects our hearts, and what's in our hearts affects our character. We are to abhor what is evil. In other words, we are to have an attitude towards it whereby it repulses us and we want to have nothing to do with it. The psalmist says, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I wonder, brethren, is that our attitude towards evil? When we see it in our own lives, are we repulsed by it? And do we go to God and plead with God that He will help us to turn away from evil and to seek that which is good? This has very practical consequences for us as Christians with regards to what we watch on television, the movies we choose to go and see or see in our homes. It has consequences for us with regards to magazines that we read. Brethren, let's think about this. Abhor what is evil. May God bless His word to our hearts.